Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at stock transactions. Our learning goal is to know the correct vocabulary to buy and sell stock and be able to compute gains and losses from our stock trades. When we're finished, we should be able to use that vocabulary again and then be able to not only compute the stock's losses and gains, but also the percents. Owning stock. When you own stock, you have a portfolio that lists all the stocks that you own. Some stocks will always do really, really well. Others don't. And so it is important. They suggest, all stockbrokers tell you to diversify. That means to be in different types of markets, like the technology, maybe energy and transportation, just different sectors. When we buy and sell, we're trading. You're not actually buying from the company, but from someone who wants to sell their shares of stock. So they may own some and want to get out of that particular sector and sell them off. You don't make profit until you sell your stock, and you do have to report those gains and losses to the IRS. You have to pay taxes, people. So selling price minus purchase price is our capital gain. And it could also be a loss. Notice the arrows going up or down. So in this first example, Marlene purchased stock for $7,241. Last week, she sold the stock for $9,219. So what was her gross capital gain? I'm sure you're guessing already that all we have to do is subtract those two numbers, and that is the difference. And you're absolutely correct. So we move our little box out of the way. 9,219 minus 7,241. She has a capital gain of $1,978, which she will have to report to the IRS, or she can reinvest it if she wants to do that as well. Example 2, 5 years ago, Jessica bought 300 shares of a cosmetic company stock for $34.87 per share. Yesterday, she decided to sell all of it for $41 per share. So what was her capital gain? In this case, what I'm suggesting that you do is to find the capital gain or loss for one share and then multiply it by the number of shares sold. You could also just find out what was the total that she had. You could do those totals, but to me, this is just a little bit more easily figured and using smaller numbers. So the first thing we want to do is take $41 minus $34.87. We get the amount she made per share was $6.13. Since she had 300 of them, we multiply it times 300. So she made a total of $1,839. Then looking at capital gain as a percent, what we're going to do is take our selling price minus the purchase price. That is our loss or our gain. And we just put that over the original price. So it is, like I've told you before, when we're looking at the differences or the gains, we're taking the amount of the loss or the amount of the gain and putting it over our original price. So in this case, and then we would actually, to make it a percent, you'd multiply it times 100. So Allison bought shares at Citigroup Corporation in 2007 for $55 per share. She sold them later that year for $35 per share. And we want to express her loss as a percent of the purchase price. To do that, we look at her capital gain, or in this case, her loss. That's $35. That was the selling price was $35 minus the purchase price, $55. So she has a net loss or capital loss of $20 per share. And to look at the percent, we take that loss over the original price of $55. So the loss was minus 20, multiply it by 100, and she has a loss of 36.36%. And I guess the thing is, I probably shouldn't have both negative and loss there. To be correct, it would be a 36.36% loss or capital gain of negative 36%. Example 4, how do we write this as an expression using just variables? Linda bought $800 of stock in a garden equipment corporation. The selling price is X dollars. So we want to express the percent increase of Linda's potential capital gain, algebraically. And to do that, we're going to look at her capital gain or loss. It's going to equal 800 minus X because that's the cost of the selling price of the stock. And then we take that number, that 800 minus X, that is again, the loss or gain. We put that over the original amount, which was 800, and then we have to multiply that by 100. And that's it. So what I'd like you to do now is take a look at page 38 in your text, do problems 2 through 10. I will have the answers posted in a separate document for you so you can jump back and forth and make sure that you're doing them correctly. If you have any questions, please either contact me in class via email, or you can even write me notes in Google Classroom. Talk to you later.